Welcome to the recipe. I am your host, Red, and today is the day we've been waiting for. Well, since we got all the information about Switch 2, more Switch 2 stuff, and the first stuff we getting really is Mario Kart. I'm assuming then after that it'll be launch stuff. Then after that it'll be Donkey Kong. Then at some point, we gonna know when Metroid comes out. You know what I mean? But until then, we are here. Mario Kart World, and we about to learn about this world today. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. Shout out to Dark Sun Rider for coming through. And Brad Harra, I see you in the chat. And I just got this chat up real quick because I just wanted to show something that I mentioned actually on the podcast the other day. I was like, man, Nintendo got to keep that chat up to show that they ain't running, they ain't hiding from it. And yes, they've kept it up. And I respect it. Because I said that's the move they had to make. If they took it off, it would have been an issue. So I'm glad that they just kept it up. Let them do what they do. You know what I mean? Simple as that. I think that's the best thing that they could have possibly done, in my opinion. I don't know how you personally feel, but I thought if they remove the chat, that's just going to make the mob feel silenced. And they're going to go off. Rightfully so, right? So I'm glad that they didn't. Comic Book Crunch. Listen, I think at this point, y'all know when it's time for Showtime, uh, and focus on Showtime. I ain't on social media or nothing like that. Well, I don't got like Twitter or nothing like that to be scrolling. So yeah, I haven't browsed, any websites right now because I ain't want to see any spoilers just in case if anything got spoiled out there. It's a beautiful thing, So I'm going into this fresh. And we're about to start right now, which is nice. And I'm like, so I know you probably just messing around. And you just said it. You messing around. I'm like, thank God. He said Metroid got delayed. They just said it. I don't see that game being delayed after what we saw. I'm like, oh no, that game is ready to go. But we ain't ready to know yet when. That's the problem. We'll find out soon enough. I believe with the next. I don't know if Nintendo does a June show after the console comes out. You know what I'm saying? And they do what they usually do in June. I mean, it's possible that they will do that. And if they do, then we can find out everything there. Is this thing gonna start or what? I mean, we lying. I'm about to back on and come back. So it did start? Come on, man. How we here and then it start? All right, here we go. Trying not to miss it. I'm about to just leave it. Let me make sure everything 4K. Yeah. Come on. This game looks so sick, yo. It's so dense, the world. Everywhere you look. And I love how much the characters animate and how many different looks they got.
Drivers, start your engines. Welcome to the Mario Kart World game, available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. What kind of races await you?
Exclusively.
In Mario Kart World, you'll aim for first place in each Grand Prix. But why stop there? Across cities, plains, a desert,
Whoa.
and even the ocean.
It looks like you could ride on top of
you can
those.
drive virtually everywhere in this fully interconnected world. Races are held on courses scattered throughout various regions that span
Look at
this
the world.
and you can freely drive between them.
Oh, they had a
There's
P
lot in
block
store,
right there.
and we're only at the starting line. Let's introduce some of the courses that are waiting
Well, a
for
P
you.
button, not block.
Here we go.
Courses.
Courses are found throughout the world, inspired by their surrounding region. Let's take a look at some of
The Cosmic Observatory one, awesome. Cause it's like it almost landed
on Mario Brothers Circuit.
on some like Fortress of Solitude shit or something.
You can't miss it.
Just popped itself on the planet.
See the sights and
Ooh,
structures
Crown
around
City.
can
You
take
got
a
cities.
style down Main Street.
You got cities in this Forza Horizon
Along the
style
rapid
game.
waterways of Salty Speedway and make a splash around the city's canals.
Look at Baby Peach in her hat.
Take
Yeah, this
in the
one.
Snowy trails of Starview Peak.
Starview Peak.
Just don't slip off while soaking up the scenery. Have a spirited showing at the ghostly movie theater Boo Cinema.
You see Waluigi Vampire? Awesome. That's crazy because you see like
And in
all these
addition,
levels. This is
lots of
like
new courses.
free roaming sections too when you think about it. So it's just my brain is just processing this way different from just looking at it as races.
Wario Shipyard,
It's like, yo,
and more.
you're gonna just be able to be just chilling around here,
Some past titles are
doing
also
stuff,
here, but
or
now
nothing at all,
they're
just
reimagined and
cruising.
spread throughout the world, where
That's gonna
races
be
can happen
amazing.
during the day or at night. Race as familiar characters like Mario, Luigi, Peach, Bowser, and Yoshi. Plus
This roster
new
is
drivers
crazy
like
though.
Goomba,
Goomba.
Spike, and that's right, Cow. Even more new racers are waiting and ready to roll. Select your character.
Look at the animation, her face when she said yes. Like teeth and all that popped out. Like it's crazy.
Characters and vehicles each have different stats, so make sure to find the combo that best suits you. There are two main styles of race revving
That
up
Mario's
this world.
cool.
Grand Prix.
Look like he
and
wearing the
Knockout
Splatoon
Tour.
suit.
In both
You know the
modes,
one
up
if
to
you know.
24 drivers can participate, the most in series history. Your rivals aren't the only hazards you'll need to avoid on the road. Look out for cars that shoot bullet bills.
What up, Dragon of
attacks
Destruction?
from Hammer Brothers, and other obstacles along the way. Try to steer.
Yeah, I like the way they put the boom there now when the bomb, you know, goes
Now,
off.
get ready for
And the way it makes waves in the water and you could trick off the waves.
Flower Cup,
That's
Star
nuts.
and more. Grand
Just
Prix
Kyle,
races
no
are
name.
all
Yeah, he's just
around.
Kyle.
You'll race
We gonna call him
with
Moo Moo Meadows Kyle because I think everyone has
aim
called
for
him
the
that.
top spot.
Every reaction video you saw to this game, everybody screamed Moo Moo Meadows Kyle.
Racing around Mario Brothers Circuit.
Because once you show the cow, you know, okay, all bets are off. Like everybody could be, you know, a character. I said if they were gonna stick to just Mario Kart, they had
For
to,
the first time,
you know, really go into all the side characters.
so don't sleep at the wheel.
So even, damn, yo, her hair was awesome looking.
And if you conquer all Grand
The way it
Prix
animated.
routes, rumor has it that a certain
Pauline's.
colorful course.
Oh, Rainbow Road.
Next up is a new mode.
So they just
Knockout
teased
Tour.
it. They ain't even show it.
Golden rounds,
How crazy you think it's gonna be then?
and more. These extended
Because you got to consider it's not just the racetrack; it's the area. It's probably gonna be surrounding area there. There's probably gonna be an actual Rainbow Road in between race to get up there to the race. So you get like that movie vibe. You know what I'm saying? Where you was on that Rainbow Road. Like what? That's gonna be crazy. Crazy. Especially if it's multiple roads to get up there to Rainbow Roads from everywhere, you know, from almost every different
You've got to drive
location.
and survive in Knockout Tour.
That would be
So keep your eyes on the
nuts.
prize and aim for
Oh,
first place.
bouncing off the clouds is fire. Nah, yeah, but you can have so many characters in this game. The knockout mode is cool because it's like, you know, the F-Zero 99. It's basically Battle Royale.
Drastically change the outcome of a race. Here are some new items that'll help you out.
New items.
Coin shell. When you throw a coin shell, coins will appear.
Yeah, but everybody gonna eat off that, so that's cool.
Just don't let your rivals cash in
Yeah, see?
first.
That's cool though.
With the ice flower, you can freeze
The
up
ice flower
rivals
made it
and send them spinning.
from Mario.
Hammer. Aim the hammer in an
When did
arc.
it first come out? Wii?
Nailed it.
Was it
Hammer
Wii or was
stay
it
on the
you?
course for a short time
I know it was one of those
to
two.
block off rivals.
It's a good
Mega
power.
Mushroom. With the Mega Mushroom, go big, so your rivals will go home. Feather.
I feel like you get mad big, yo, when you use the Mega Mushroom in this game.
You may even
You can barely see the
discover
road.
unexpected routes.
Oh,
Comic. With Comic's magic, your rivals will transform. What other mysterious effects?
he
will
called him
happen?
Comic,
You'll have to see for yourself.
not Kamek.
The lower your
not
placement,
Kamek.
the more likely
He
you
said
are to
comic.
find items that'll turn
Like
the
comic
tables.
book.
So when you get
Get
items,
out of here.
go
That's
for it.
crazy. Comic. And it actually don't sound wrong.
And if you're new
I'm gonna
to
call
the
him
Mario
Comic from
Kart
now on. See,
series,
Comic sound like a
there
dude to
are
me. I
added
used to call
support features
Kamek
that go a
Kamek,
long
and I
way.
always thought Kamek was a woman,
These include
like a witch flying around.
smart steering, which helps you stay on the course. Tilt controls.
Okay, so they still got the controls in. That's cool. The assist controls. I was worried about those with the open world because I know people use those.
You can feel like you're really
And
driving.
and so many people play 8. I was like, you can't remove that. I literally talked about that. Traffic. Yeah, I saw that plane on the Nintendo app.
Sounds good.
That shit is crazy. It was beautiful. I watched that whole video of them paint that whole plane.
Here
But I don't know about y'all. The video with the camera was, oh yeah, you said comic book and said we. Yep. But the camera video, it never worked for me, yo. That's the first video that didn't work on that app at all. All day I checked to see if they got updated, if they fixed it.
Eat some sushi and
So I never saw the animation of closing the lens.
nice threads.
You saw the thing spinning around her?
Unlocked, these outfits can be selected from the character selection screen.
And don't worry, I'm gonna watch this twice,
4 outfits you'll find.
just in case y'all
Take a
wondering.
pit stop and check out these drive-thrus all around the world. That was a nice detour. Now let's get back to the action.
They got Prince Bowser in many different outfits.
Let's introduce some new tricks that'll help you ace each race. Charge jump. You can now use a charge jump by holding the drift button while driving straight ahead. Charge and release.
I think a lot of people noticed that there was gonna be a jump button in this game.
Use this to leap over obstacles. Grind along power lines. And dodge.
Wait, did that banana go on the power line? Because if you got to jump over that on the power line, that'd be fire. Because that actually adds even more.
For a short period of time.
Off the wall.
Change some
I mean, I've seen it off the wall, but the fact that, you know, they pulled that off there, that felt like something
close. Almost there.
like Smash Brothers, like saving yourself in Smash. Like, it's that kind of adrenaline. That was crazy.
This will return your vehicle to its original
Yeah,
position.
that wall texture is nice, bro. It's like, yo, you're going to be grinding on the walls. You got to make the wall texture
This
nice.
can come in handy when mapping out how to best approach a course.
It's because it's all track. That's crazy.
Keep in mind, though, your rivals will still move normally when you rewind, so don't lose your lead.
They really got the Forza Rewind, yo.
Want to take a spin in even more races?
Loads of modes.
In time trials, it's you against the clock.
People were worried they weren't going to have time trials. I'm like, I don't know why. I'm like, it's Mario Kart, bro. It's the same team. They're going to do everything they always do, and then some.
Download and compete against ghost data from racers.
I know they've taken away little features throughout, you know, the series. You know, because I can already hear people like, yo, come on, they've done remove stuff before. I'm like, you're right. You know, but for the most part, like those things always remain, like
within the same course. Or you can choose to drive the distance from one
I mean,
course
Mera, did they say Mera?
You can even take the road less traveled.
'Cause maybe that might be more difficult in this game.
Or knockout tour. Up to 24 drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams.
Nice.
Group up
Nice.
ready to put the pedal to the metal.
Because I like team races in Forza, so I'm glad they got them, like, I mean, and in Mario Kart, so I'm glad that they, because I used to do the tournaments like that all the time. Team tournaments. I'm glad they got it. Balloon battles back.
Pop them all and your rivals out. And coin runners, where you can go for the gold by collecting the most coins. Race or battle, enjoy whatever drives you.
They made this map so crazy. Free roam. This is what I'm interested in seeing too.
You can enjoy free roam.
I think we all are, right?
Wherever your heart takes you. No roads? No problem. Ride the rivers.
They had the Goombas on the ice skates.
Drive the desert.
Bro, that's a character? The penguin.
You can go wherever you like, even to the edges of the world. Hey, there's a P-switch over there.
Yeah, I noticed that P-switch. Awesome, you got to get the coins.
P-switches you find across the world to start missions.
Missions.
By completing them, you can hone your driving ability outside of races.
Yo, that outfit is fire. It was like Lobo.
Also, hidden coins, hidden panels, and more. So take the scenic route and explore. Also,
And you can do this all with friends.
you can take
Superstar.
photos whenever you
Bullet bill right there. All different poses.
Look at the camera.
Dude, it's so much like Horizon. It's
Use the green
crazy.
to decorate and nice.
Nice. Trust me, when you got a racing game with 50 million people playing it, yeah.
If one person has
If you're making the racing game, you're going to take notice of it.
players can race in split
And that's been the
screen
case
on
already for
same
like
system.
3 entries of Horizon. 4 players, 1 system.
The game also supports local wireless play. Up to 8 players with up to 2 players.
Oh, doing
on
that
one
like
system.
Mario Kart DS
Race
days.
together this way. And up to 24
The hallway
players from
battles
around
used to
the
be
world
crazy.
Can join a race or battle in online play.
Online play.
This may look like free roam, but this is where you'll wait while your friends join you.
So this is like the weight
Looks like
room.
someone's arrived.
Sarah Connor joint, alright?
You can meet up with your crew anywhere in this world. By checking the map, you can quickly see where your friends are and travel to their location.
You got the wave button.
Battle or race with custom rules. Or just go for a ride together. Make this road trip your own. You can also take photos
That's
together
epic.
along the way, if that's more your speed.
That's epic.
With Game Chat, enjoy an expanded experience by talking online with friends. Use the built-in microphone to voice chat while driving together.
See that blue coin back there?
Check this out. Nice. Are you kidding me?
Or take a back seat and watch each other's game screens. If you have a Nintendo Switch 2 camera, you can enjoy seeing your friends' reactions while playing together. Who's close by? Wait, who just passed me? You'll be able to tell in an instant. Hey, Michelle, and
In an instant.
bullseye.
Oh, that's cool. They spin around.
When playing together in
When they
person
take
on the same
damage.
system, a single camera can detect up to 4 people's faces. Enjoy the view and get ready to face off with your friends.
I mean, it's even cool how you can use the camera for you know, that local aspect. Oh, you saw they hit the button right there. Toe had a big ass helmet on. Bowser was just like a Terminator.
A transcontinental race around the world is
You got in a
just
helicopter?
around the corner in Mario Kart World, available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. A hardware bundle that includes a digital version.
I feel
of
like
Mario
we
Kart
knew all
World
this
will
stuff
also be available.
for the most part, right? Like it would be this. It's exactly what we thought it would be. I don't know about y'all, but like it basically was exactly what I thought it was gonna be. The battle modes around the map. It's not a battle royale mode, taking the whole map. But who's to say, that's not to come in the future? Because this doesn't look like a game that's only gonna have these set modes. Like it won't evolve into something else.
Engines. Welcome to the Mario Kart World game, available exclusively on the Nintendo Switch 2 system. What kind of races await you?
Combo Crunch said the Penguin's coming for revenge for all the people that stops him off the cliff when he was a baby.
Plains, a desert,
Dark Dragon of
even
Destruction.
the ocean.
You said, well, now the mob will grow in size.
Everywhere in this fully
The
interconnected
fans.
world. Races are held on courses scattered throughout various regions that span this world, and you can freely drive between them. There's a lot in store, and we're only at the starting line. Let's introduce some of the courses that are waiting for you.
I love seeing Donkey Kong like
Here
that
we
now.
go.
That was a dream, man, to get rid of that old design.
Courses
But I know the
that
backlash is
explore
gonna
the
come,
world,
like
inspired
eventually.
by
Like everybody
the
happy
region.
now. Eventually, it's gonna be like, oh, I missed the thing because of nostalgia.
Let's take a look
You
at
know what
some
I
of the
mean?
new courses
Even though
available.
this Donkey Kong is actually more in line with what Donkey Kong is supposed to
Ride
look
your
like.
bridges and roads on
That's
Mario
inevitable,
Brothers
though.
Circuit. And cruise the curves around the canyon. You can't miss it. See the sights and structures of Crown City. You can even soar in style down Main Street.
What up, Gira New? He said that's the Tekken Lord
Drift along the
right
rough
there.
waterways of
Penguin is the new
Sonic Speedway.
Kazuya. Damn,
Make a splash around the city's canals.
they threw some wave racing here.
Stay cool in the snowy trails of
I wonder how much of the map is actually water, though. You could probably spot it now looking at all the different map screens that they put. But it is water here, yeah. There's water everywhere. It feels like every area has some kind of body of water somewhere around it, which is good. Well, I don't know about the lava, but who's to say that there won't be, I don't know, vehicles that transform on lava? The fact that they didn't show Rainbow Road is pretty damn crazy. I just hope that they do what I said, which is, have an actual Rainbow Road that leads to Rainbow Road, and it's not like a portal that just, boom, but do that actual, you flying through the sky, you seeing the map at the bottom. Oh, man. Like that one Rainbow Road in Mario Kart 8. Like, you saw the whole city at the bottom. That always filled your mind with wonder. Like, that's so crazy, And now you actually have the world. You're on it. So to have Rainbow Road above it and see all of it, what? That would be crazy. And then to just be free roaming up there and then just like let yourself go from up there. What if you could glide all the way down any way you wanted to on the map from Rainbow Road?
Then you're off to the races. Characters and vehicles each have different.
I'm surprised they didn't mention. I mean, I'm not surprised in a way too. Like they didn't mention anything about, future support for it because I guess they just like didn't want to. Because then with that they would have to answer the question of how much that's gonna cost. So they like, you know what? Let's just leave it alone. Because once the game is in millions of people's hands, and then you come out with $20, $30 DLC, and even if it's feels like, you know what, this DLC for this price ain't even worth it. Like, you still gonna be like, yeah, you know what? Well, it's just 30 compared to, and then they might look at it like that 20, whatever they choose to price it at.
Flower Cup, Star Cup, and
Because if you think this ain't gonna have paid DLC, you tripping. You're completely tripping.
You'll race through 4 different courses in each cup and aim.
Hey, you never know. Maybe they'll look at it and be like, you know what? We made this whole world and we done.
In Mushroom Cup,
Because, I've heard so many people say, oh, we'll be playing this for 10 years. I said, that's not necessarily true. Just because it happened with the last one, don't mean that's going to be the case with this one. Like, we've had, in a sense, multiple Mario Karts come out within the generation. Because seeing Mario Kart DS and then Mario Kart Wii and then Mario Kart 3DS and then Mario Kart, 8, those are in the same generation. So there's nothing to say that they won't do that again.
Next up is a new mode.
I wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? But you never know.
Rally to Ice Rally and more. These extended races take you from one end of the world to the other. Get ready for a sprint.
Well, no, look. See, I see what you're saying, Dark Dragon and Destruction. You're saying not bringing up DLC before the game even launched was smart, right? But I don't think it was, because if you would have brought it up and said, yeah, it's what is it, $80 game with the first DLC free, then nobody would have even batted an eye. They would have said, oh, you just paying for a season pass basically, or whatever the case may be, early access, whatever, you know what I mean? Or it's like, it's no different from what Doom is doing with their more expensive tier, or what any game has done, of the last 20 years basically, that had a collector's edition. They use that to sell it for more. There's been $100 games already for years. But when you go, oh yeah, $80, and then everybody's like, all right, waiting for you to be like, because it comes with this amiibo. It promises you this future DLC, like every video game on Earth has done, and they don't. That's where it comes from. It's like, wait, so this is just a new, y'all just gonna go above what PlayStation did. And it's like, wow, reasons. Because this game, it's not like, oh, it has enough content that it justifies it. Like, so then what's the Crew Motorsport that has insane amount of content, flying boats, cars, all that shit, even more than Forza? And then what's Forza? You know what I'm saying? That has everything this has, and has battle royale modes in it and everything. Like, and those games are priced, regular, $69.99. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's where the whole thing comes from. So yeah, I think if they would have mentioned DLC, it could have actually been beneficial to them in this case. But hey, it is what it is.
These include smart steering.
You said the Rainbow Road is gonna take you through the galaxy.
Tilt controls.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. If there was actually like the planetoids, like in Galaxy. What if they threw gravity up there, like in a real way? So then when you play battle modes up there, they're all gravity based. Races have a lot of gravity based things, because you got a jump button, so maybe you can literally get on a sphere and you'll just be spinning. So you got to catapult yourself, jump off it onto another one. So those races are not just track, but platforming based in a way. That'll be nuts. That'll be crazy.
Take a bite and you can unlock outfits inspired by your meal. Eat some sushi and
This game got team racing.
whoa, nice threads.
Well, they got the team racing aspect that's new is the multiple teams, because there's so many players. I love that.
Who knows what dishes?
Because if you could still make the
Make a pit stop and check out these
the
all around the world. That
tournaments,
was a nice detour. Now,
yo, look at
back to the action.
all the items falling out the damn. And they still didn't show us a lot of stuff, like, and I didn't watch the whole thing, but in the Tris Villanueva
Each race.
analysis video, he basically showed this little car that was like driving around, just dropping items and junk all through the map. They didn't even show that. Like, there's a lot in here still that they ain't show, which is fine. They don't got to show everything. I like, surprises. You get the game and then you get things elaborated on.
And if you jump toward a wall, you can wall ride for a short period of time.
Dude, the platforming right here is sick. The fact that that's a thing, so cool.
So close. Almost there. Whenever this happens, be kind and rewind.
Then they brought in the rewind from Forza.
Nice, made it. This can come in handy when mapping out how to best approach a course. Keep in mind, though.
But listen, man, when it comes to the last thing I'll say about the price, because I don't want to even be talking about that no more, but everybody knows that it's a thing and it's an issue. Everybody knows what the problem is. Nobody needs explanation. When you got Reggie coming out and making points, when you got people who worked at Nintendo previously and they making the same point, every single content creator talked about it they had to in some way, even if it was something that they didn't want to talk about because they got tied to it and they getting all this shit for free, so they don't want to be even pretending like, yeah, I agree with you guys, because they not a civilian like one of us. When it comes to this game shit, they multi-millionaires, they trillionaires, they get everything for free. So it's like, yeah, what do they really care? You know what I'm saying? Who are they to speak on this for real in any genuine way that an actual, in this case, civilian person would relate? Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody knows what it is. Every single person. Because that's been at the forefront of the conversation of this thing. And whether people want to hear it or not, that's just the reality.
Next up,
and if that bothers you, that's a you problem too. Because, like, you again, when Reggie is coming out and chopping up his own videos to make points about, like, bro, these dudes really ain't gonna give you this little trash welcome thing for free. Yeah, that's wild. This is the same dude who was like, yeah, this ain't the same Nintendo from when I was there. And I'm like, obviously, anybody with a brain knows that. I've said that already for how long? For over a decade. I've said that already. Like, and that doesn't mean that, like, people take that like if it's like a slight. Some Nintendo fans, like, no, it's just the reality, the truth. The truth shouldn't hurt you like that because, well, that's the reality. Donkey Kong with the posing, the ocean, the bridge. The views is crazy. I'll be taking so many pictures in this shit. Look at this. Imagine falling. This is so beautiful. Like, so beautiful. Yeah. Imagine falling from Rainbow Road all the way down to there. There's another P block over there. They're all over the place. And I love that you got like these missions, these fun things to do.
Hit hundreds of P switches you find across the world to start missions.
Bowser in the suit. Creative John said agree and decide.
You can hone your driving ability outside of races.
It's also like when I be looking at the defending of things that other people doing for free, I'm like, it's crazy because if the shoe was on the other foot, PlayStation fans and Nintendo fans, like, if they did smart delivery, because they don't, I just call it what it is. Nintendo does stupid delivery, PlayStation does stupid delivery with the way they do backwards compatibility, forward compatibility. That's not an opinion, that's just a fact. I'm not saying that it be mean, I'm saying it because it's literally the truth. You open your eyes, you look, and you go, oh yeah, you're right, that's true, right? So yeah, if Nintendo was doing smart delivery, then everybody would be clowning on Xbox hard if they was charging you mad money for Gears of War and Hive Busters. You know what I'm saying? Like Gears of War 5, let's say, for example, Hive Busters, right? They let you play Hive Busters for free right through Game Pass, whatever. But Hive Busters was what, $15, $12, something like that. That was a DLC for it, which was great. But besides that, the point is that Gears of War got basically an insane facelift, crazy high resolution. It was all for free. You just got that. No matter, you own the game, you own it multiple places anyway because of, again, smart delivery. But then smart delivery also means, yeah, that shit is free. You have to pay nothing. Your save is the same. It's not a whole new version of the game. Like, certain games like The Last of Us or whatever, they'll update, and the updates be exactly that. Gears of War 4 to Gears of War 1 to series. That'd be the update, and they'll charge you a full, to jump in. Like if you're a new player, yeah, it's full price. Like that's crazy because it's a new edition. Now, if you want the cheap version of Last of Us, let's say on PlayStation, yeah, you can get that for cheap 20. But if you want the pretty version, you new to this, you ain't on the game, it ain't a $10 little upcharge. Yeah, you got to get this expensive version. That's what they doing with Zelda. You get what I'm saying? Like if you buy an Xbox right now, and whether it's Forza Horizon 5 you get, whether it's Gears of War, Halo, name the game, you're gonna get the best version when you download it or put a disc in your console. It just does that automatically. You don't ever get screwed over, confused of, oh, which version do I have? It's just the right one, the best one, with everything too. It's like, yeah, you're gonna get everything because it's time. Time has passed. So it's not like $80 for Breath of the Wild from 8 years ago, and then $20 for, the DLC because, well, you weren't here. Like, yeah, for us it's good because we already got it, but I'm not selfish, and I'm a Nintendo fan, and you want to see Nintendo win and do good and do right by people, and then it's like you're the bad guy because you're questioning the company. It's like, nah, bro. It's like I'm looking at what they doing, and it's like, damn, son, why are you doing that to new players who coming in trying to jump into? This is an old ass Zelda game. I get if you was doing Tears of the Kingdom, that just came out, yeah, and 2 years ago now, like, but damn, it's like. You want to get Age of Calamity, you want to get Breath of the Wild, you want to get Age of Imprisonment, all this shit, and it's like, yeah, that's all gonna be all full price for the new player. Now do the math. You want to? And add tax too. Don't be mean. Be fair. Add the tax. All those games is basically running you close to $100. If it's 5 games, so it's $500 just to get those games. Just to get the Breath of the Wild experience. And people are like, yeah, it's all good. And I hate when people are like, oh, yeah, it'd be just $10 or $20. I'm like, no, add up the whole thing and add it up for the person who ain't just walking out. I don't care about them. Cool. So you don't care about new players coming into the ecosystem. We you. I remember you. This is how we get there. Yo, Terminator Bowser. But anyway, like I said, I ain't want to talk about that no more too much. I talked about that a lot on Patreon, and I said my points. It is what it is. Creative John says, sorry, I'm late, but did the direct sell the $80 price? The direct sold the $80 price to the people who are going to be sold no matter what the price was. Did it sell it to the people who don't? Let's see. Well, this is still the live stream, so it's probably still up. Let's see the live chat real quick. Maybe it stopped. Maybe it's still going. I don't know. Nah, it probably stopped already. Yeah, because it ain't popping up. But the live chat was just the same thing. But yeah, real quick, let's look at this real quick because this is pretty damn awesome. Doom got some limited edition stuff. So nice because people could be like, yo. See, it's just smart all around, right? Like I look at this and I go, you can get that controller, you can get that wrap, you got Game Pass, you ain't got to worry about paying nothing, for the game, so you could put in on this stuff instead of worrying about getting the game. Now, if you're getting this game elsewhere, you can't even get this stuff. So, just worry about getting the game at full price. Xbox, last place, where gamers get everything better. Like, that should be the advertising. Last place in console sales. But remember, when it comes to active users, landslide, combine. Don't say that. Don't say the truth. My bad. I should lie to make you feel good. Nah, this is crazy though. The rap is nice. I prefer the raps than doing whole consoles. Every time I see a rap get announced, and I go in the comment section of a video, you see somebody, guess we're never gonna get limited edition consoles. Like, why do you want to go and buy a whole new console? Like, I never wanted to buy a whole new console when I got one. I was always like, oh man, they got a Zelda edition one. Damn. That's why it was always better when it was a controller, because it's like, yo, I don't want to replace my whole console. I just want, I just want the damn controller. And people be complaining, oh, why don't they make a $500? This is the same thing. And it looks beautiful. I think the regular controller looks better than the Elite. Because the regular controller is literally the helmet. You see the 4 ridges from the new, knight armor that the Doomslayer has. But then the face, it's kind of like the original Doom helmet. It's beautiful, man. It's a super smart design. All of these are crazy cool. But you know what I hate? I hate the fact that they be like, look at this brand new Doom Elite controller. And it's an Elite controller for a last gen console. Like, come on. Like, how you got an Elite controller for a last gen console? Like, what does that mean? Why does it need to be, you know, a current gen one? I'm like, because there's no photo button on it, no capture button on it. And it's like, oh, but you could make one of the paddles that, but I gotta waste now one of my paddle buttons for a button that should be there. Like, but they never made a new controller and they should have with some motion controls in it. Get with the times.
Splash around the city's canals.
I can't believe it's 2025. We still saying this. And we had that Xbox Elite controller, remember, with the sphere, Series X looking Xbox, and still no motion in that? It's crazy.
While soaking up the scenery.
Sad.
Have a spear in store, and we're
I still enjoy the direct, but I feel also like, I don't know, like it wasn't.
drivers. Start your
My takeaway was, what was it that I said when that ended? I don't feel like this really told us anything that we ain't figured would be there. It works exactly the way we thought it would, and the way it should.
In Mario Kart World, you'll aim for first place in each Grand
I mean, it's good that we got a lot of this stuff confirmed. You know, it's basically like, yeah, nah, it's definitely, you know, Forza the Crew style
a desert,
Mario Kart game.
and even the
That
ocean.
desert, bro.
You can drive
Eat your heart out,
everywhere
Doom.
in this fully interconnected world. Races are held on courses scattered throughout various regions that span this world.
All right, let's
And
see.
you can freely drive between them. There's a lot in store, and we're only at the starting line.
Anything
Let's
about
introduce
pre-orders
some of
yet
the courses that are waiting for you.
for North America? Because, hell, and Canada, because, you know, North America got shut down. I know people were expecting maybe after this, the pre-orders will go up. I don't know.
Let's take a look at some of the new courses to explore. Ride the ridges and roads on Mario
I ain't
Kart
worried
Circuit.
about it, but I'm just saying for the people who worried about it, like I wanted to all be explained. That's the thing. Like even like the
structures of Crown City.
not to bring it up again, but like the price conversation stays at the forefront
Main Street.
because of all of this stuff going on too.
Drift along the
You know,
rapid
like
waterways of
not knowing the release date, the real world aspects to it. So that added to something that was already there. You know what I mean? It just piled on it.
Snowy trails of Starview Peak.
And while not all of it is out of Nintendo control, because people want to be, oh, and just take it all out of Nintendo's fault. Like, no, stop that. But
Enjoying at the ghostly
you
movie
know,
theater
all this
beside
other stuff did add to it in a way that it's like, damn, this is just making it worse, and that's out of their control.
And in addition to lots of new courses, there's Toad's Factory, Peach Beach, Wario Shipyard, and more.
Creator John, you said it's doing everything you wanted to do around the world. Like, you know, like the crew, motorsports, going across all the Mushroom Kingdom. And you wanted the Diddy Kong vehicle swap. The vehicle swap, I look at it like, I get what you mean, but I'll compare it to, and again, it's what people prefer. I know I've already seen people say, I hope that Metroid Prime 4 brings back beam swaps. And I'm like, I'm cool if you keep it like Prime 3 and I don't gotta ever swap a beam. I'm rather swap visors all day. But I think it's like that, right? It's like, this has auto, you know, you go on water, you're gonna turn into a boat. You jump off something high enough where you get some wind, you're gonna basically glide. So it's automatic. And the flying is more gliding. You're not really flying around. So transforming into a plane would be pointless because you can't really ascend.
There are two main styles
Ascend.
of race revving up in this world. Grand Prix and Knockout Tour. In both modes, up to 24
Look how many
drivers can
different
participate,
outfits you see them
the
in.
most in series history.
Now they definitely got to bring characters like
Hazards you'll need to avoid on the road.
King Dedede in, I would say. I said King Dedede. My bad. I was gonna say that'd be crazy if they had a Kirby. You know, like that's the
Try to steer clear.
Star World and everything. Like not only do you got Rainbow Road, you got a Star World up there. That's not the Star World from Mario, but Kirby's and all that. Like nah, but not King Dedede. I was, man, I wish we had third. I was gonna say third party. That's what it feels like, right? Like you know, Outsiders basically the other Nintendo IPs. But I was gonna say for Donkey Kong, right? For the Mario characters, they got to bring King K. Rool in them in, right? And I say this as a person who don't like King K. Rool because King K. Rool is just, you know, King Koopa rules. He's a fan. He a fan. He a fan. He a groupie, bro. Like I hate King K. Rool because he was just Donkey Kong. Let's make him like Mario. He has to fight a lizard. But anyway, yeah. So I prefer the Tikis and damn Snowman and all that tribe, all of that. Yeah. But bringing him in because it just adds. Like, listen, man. If we're gonna have Moo Meadows and all of them, then yeah, you got to bring in all of the actual mainline Mario Donkey Kong characters. I feel that includes Wart, all that.
Ready for a sprint, but you've got to place if you want to stay in the race.
Brad Harris said, "Wish I didn't have to listen while driving to work. No big, oh my god, surprises. A bomb twist. Nope. It's just amazing. Like the game, the game already did that. Like I don't really need more. Like it already blew my mind. The fact that this is what the game is, the fact that we talking about a Mario Kart game, that it's gonna be all the fun that you can find in the Horizon game, but it's Mario Kart. Like that already is the biggest. Like that is the thing. The thing about this game, that is the world. You can't top that. So this was just elaborated on it, and I mean the wild stuff was like, you know, the P buttons and that having, you know, obstacles and platforming on the overworld things to complete missions, and you being able to do that stuff running around the world with, you know, your buddies online, and the multiple. I look at it like if you do a Splatfest style, because that's what I used to do. I used to create tournaments. I used to be like, this team is this IP and this team is that IP. You know, so for example, right now we'll do, you know, Dr. Doom versus Mr. Fantastic, right? Something like that to keep in theme with what's going on in the MCU. Or Kingpin Daredevil, right? To keep it literally with what's going on. Oh my God, that last episode was fire. But anyway, still continue to be the best comic book anything on planet Earth, yo, Daredevil. It's been that since it came out and it continues to be that. But yeah, I would make these different, you know, teams, and people would join up on whatever team they want to play, and we'll fill out, you know, every racer. And now you could do that, and they don't gotta be, you know, Kingpin versus you know, Daredevil. It could literally be Daredevil versus Kingpin versus Punisher versus Bullseye. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like those are the teams, just to give you an example. And that be your tournament, and that's super fun too, to have multiple teams. Like, I want them to do what they did for this, for Splatoon. Like, when they drop Splatoon 4, I want it to be bigger, more Inklings running around. I ain't gonna say Battle Royale, but I'm gonna say Battle Royale. Like, have a mode in there.
Ooh, how about a quick break? A snack sounds good right about now. Hey, look! It's a drive-through.
He said, I just want to be able to dive bomb red shells on people from the sky. That's what I mean. Like, battle mode, having like verticality would be amazing.
Take a bite, and you can unlock outfits inspired by your meal.
I like how so many of Mario's outfits in this game are inspired by the ones in Odyssey. Even Peach, like that one right there.
Once unlocked, these outfits can be selected from the character selection screen. Who knows?
And it's crazy because the character selection screen, you would think you would click the character and it'll bring up, you know, like the costumes. Like, it would in Smash Brothers.
That was a nice
But in this
detour.
game, nah, they're different
Now,
characters. Look how
back
cute
to the
that one
action.
is. She was an ice cream. Toadette was an ice cream, yo.
Let's introduce some new tricks that'll help you ace each race. Charge jump. You can now use a charge jump by
But yeah, that last
holding
season,
running straight ahead.
well, this new season, I don't want to say last season, you know, the new season of Daredevil, Born Again.
Use this to leap over
Man,
obstacles.
yeah, bouncing off of people's heads instead of just like going through them
Attacks from your
adds
rivals.
another element, which I like because it's very Mario. So
And if you
Mario
jump
Kart
through a
got that
wall,
good stuff
you
in
can
it.
wall ride for a short
Platforming
period of time.
all over like this right here. And you can see you can do multiple tricks in the air now, right?
Places like so close. Almost there. Whenever this happens, be kind and rewind. This will return your vehicle to its original position.
How many kids you think right now heard that saying for the first time, be kind, rewind, and don't know where it comes
Come
from?
in handy when mapping out how to best
Damn, that's
approach
sad
the
to think
course.
of, yo. But you know that was the case, right? Because they don't know what a VHS
Your
is,
rivals
cassette.
still move normally
They don't even
when
know
you
what the hell
rewind,
rewind is.
so
Like, what do you
don't
mean
lose your
rewind?
lead.
They know rewind, obviously, like, I don't know, like, do they even say rewind? Probably when they watching the YouTube video, they might be like, yeah, throw that back or go back to the beginning. Is rewind even like part of the vocabulary of,
Here you can race
let's say,
without
a
any other
teenager
competitors.
today? I don't know.
And if you go
Y'all tell me,
online,
yo.
You can download and compete against ghost data from racers around the world. Customize the rules of the road in Versus Race.
Hard.
You can use
Like,
the classic
I
rules of
wonder
running 3
if
laps
that
in the same
ups
course.
like traffic.
Or
If you make it like
choose to
normal,
drive the distance from one course to another.
it's, you know, normal. If you make it hard, like there's more vehicles on the road, so like the actual world, or maybe faster traffic, so that, you know, that's also harder. Like that, that'll be cool. You know, that'll change things up.
Drivers can now compete in 2, 3, or even 4 teams. Group up and get ready to put the pedal to the metal. Next up, Battle Mode. Pop off locally or online in Balloon Battle. Use items to burst your rivals' balloons. Pop them all and your rivals out.
Got him.
And Coin Runners, where you can go for the gold by collecting the most coins. Race or battle.
I'm telling you, because you already got it there. Like, you already got battle mode here, so there's nothing for them to build on that, to expand and just make the battle arenas bigger. Because the way I looked at Battle Royale units is like, yeah, you could have people come out of
Wherever your heart takes you.
I don't know, Starship Mario, and just, you know, you glide down with your 3 balloons, you know what I mean, and then
See the seas,
you and your crew land where y'all want to land, and then
drive the desert.
go off and do what you do in Fortnite and Warzone, you know what I mean?
Jump off from way
Don't stop
up
until
here.
everybody done.
You can go
Like,
wherever
I was
you
like, I feel like you can easily do that, but that, again, that's something that could come later and reinvigorate the whole game.
There's a P-switch over there. Hit hundreds of P-switches you find.
See, this is the most
along
exciting thing to me, is the fact that you got all this cool platforming stuff and,
You can hone your driving ability.
you know,
outside
mini
of
games
races.
all throughout.
There are also hidden coins. Hidden panels.
Hidden panels, hidden coins.
So take the
Those are no
scenic
different
route
from you having to collect, you know, all the little stuff in Forza, like billboards and things like
During
that.
free roam, you can take photos whenever you like.
That Nabbit running with the stars in the front,
Look at the camera.
that graffiti is so cool.
Choose a frame to decorate and nice. That one's a winner.
That's why they had to make the whole world look pretty, because you're going to be taking photos. You can't have no ugly ass textures around. They got to be gorgeous everywhere.
If one person has Mario Kart World, up to 4 players can race in split screen on the same system. The game also supports local wireless play. Up
2
to
players can still go online on one system and all that, so that's cool.
can race together.
Again, it don't look like they removed anything from accessibility features and all that. Those are still there. which I thought the open
And
world
up to
might,
24
throw those
players
off.
from around
But
the
nah,
world
they
can
there.
join a race or battle in online play.
Yo, you got 4 balloons right there. Like,
This may
for
look like
example,
free roam, but this is where
Bowser.
you'll wait
I was gonna
for
say,
your
see,
choice.
yo, this is the thing. This dude Donkey Kong is
Looks
so
like someone
Diesel and
arrived.
Bonanza. He's Bowser. You know what I mean? From Odyssey's
Yep,
ending.
you can
But yeah,
build your
Donkey
world
Kong,
anywhere
Bonanza,
in this
like
world.
even the characters
Checking it
in
out,
those
you
games
can
that you
quickly
be
see where
beating
your
up and
friends
everything,
are
those
and
should
travel to
become
their location.
drivers in this game. Because since we putting in, like the side characters
Battle or race
as
according to the
drivers,
rules,
yeah, you should pull from all the
or
new games
go
coming out
for a ride together. Make this road trip your
and
own.
just put them in this game.
You can
Because
also
that's how
take
you keep
photos
Mario
along
Kart
the way.
just fresh
That's more
and
your
not have
style.
us sitting here like, yo, bring Link in, bring Kirby in, bring like I'm still always gonna want Kirby and Mario Kart,
Game
like,
chat,
you know what I'm saying? Like
join
I wanted it for
expanded
ages.
experience by talking online
And
with
having
friends.
Link in it was awesome.
Even
Inklings in it
built-in
is
microphone to
awesome.
voice
I
chat
want
with drivers.
everybody who was in it previously to come back
Let's go.
and then some. Bring in
Check
Samus.
this out.
Let me drive around as a Metroid.
Nice. Are you kidding me?
Or take a
And y'all
back
might
seat
be thinking
and watch
I'm
as
joking,
others
and I'm
gain
not. I'm
experience.
dead serious. Let me drive around as a Metroid.
If you have a Nintendo
And
Switch
I'm not
2
worried
or
even that, I ain't seen Tanuki Mario
enjoy
anywhere. I
seeing
haven't
your
seen that
friends'
as a costume
reactions while playing
because it's
together.
Tanuki Mario. There's literally a couple of Tanuki on it.
Who's close by?
If it's not in at the beginning, it'll be in eventually. That's the
Wait,
way I
just
see it.
pass me. You'll
I
be
ain't
able to
worried about
tell
it. And again, we
who
ain't see
aced it.
everything. You gotta unlock
Hey,
everything.
Michelle and Bullseye.
Imagine Mario Kart without Tanuki
And
Mario
when playing
after the
together in
Mario
person
movie.
on the
Come
same
on.
system,
Come on.
a single camera can detect up to 4 people's faces. Enjoy the
It don't
view
even matter because
and
there's so
ready
many
to face
characters in this
off with your
game. I don't
friends.
think this is a game where I would have a main. There's too many cool characters to not switch it up all the time. Come on, man. You got the baby penguins and you got the mom. Cause I swear I saw a little penguin right there. And then the big one I just saw right now. So that's crazy. This is what I'm saying. Like, you got all the side characters. Haven't seen the Koopa kids. Like, what about the Broodals? From Odyssey. Like, they should be in it.
A transcontinental race around the world is just around the corner in Mario Kart World, available exclusively on Nintendo Switch 2. A hardware bundle that includes a digital version of Mario Kart World will also be available.
Game looks good, man. That's all that matters. After all these years, the game looks good. Speaking of good looking games, this game looks incredible on Nintendo Switch 2. Nintendo actually uploaded gameplay of Split Fiction, and yeah, I've seen comparison videos. I saw a comparison video that was to PS5 Pro. The fact that, and this is what I was saying before, like the fact that the hardware can output games, like I was saying with like when people used to clown Series S for no reason, I'm like, bro, it's a next generation console that's mad cheap. Even now, it's even more ridiculous that anyone ever clown Series S because the fact that you can jump into next generation, play games like this, Grand Theft Auto 5, whatever the case may be, and it can only cost you 150 on Black Friday. Like every year, the last 2 years, you see Series S for that price. I don't understand why we shitting on things that is good for customers, things that's good for the medium of video games, making it cheaper for players to jump in to participate, to consume video games. But anyway, the fact that Switch is like a Series S, I know everybody, says PlayStation 4 Pro, and I get it, but here's why I say Series S. Because, and I know PlayStation 4 Pro, but it was 4K. I'm like, yeah, barely. Series S, while yeah, it's 4K when you watch movies and everything like that, all your, digital content when you play, it's not a 4K, system. It's a 1080p system, right? But it's playing all these next generation games. Now, Nintendo Switch 2 is 4K gaming. Crazy high resolutions and all that, just like the Series S could do 120 frames with games. They're going to be doing that, not all games, but some games, which is just crazy because it's a handheld. You know what I'm saying? And like, yo, the fact that looking at this game being compared to the PlayStation 5 Pro version, and it looks, I want to use the perfect word. It looks like, it's not even a word. It got to be like a statement. It looks like the perfect example of you really got to give a shit about the technical shit to give a shit about the discrepancy between the two. That's the best way to put it. And we're doing horrible right now, by the way, watching this gameplay back right now. this was our first playthrough anyway, but still, yeah, we was doing horrible right now, but we get it. But that's the best way to put it, right? You have to genuinely care about, like, oh no, I want 4K 60 or 4K, like whatever, like, and I want all the highest textures and the perfect lighting and the and I want this kind of ray tracing versus path trace, all that nonsense, jiggly wiggly talk. You know what I mean? Like, bro, when you look at them for the average customer, put them side by side, and you go $800 versus $500, and it could go with you without the need for something that's, even more expensive, making that $800 like the port or whatever, and you got to keep the damn thing in your crib on, and none of that. It's straight up a handheld home console, 500, 450, whatever, and there's no real, like, damn, yeah, you can see where they cut all these corners right here. Like, nah, the shit just looks good. It looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff looks good. And in certain games, even certain images just look better. Like Hogwarts Legacy, I was like, yeah, certain aspects of that game look better than on Series S. You know what I mean? And Series S, yeah, it can, again, it's not even pushing 4K, so yeah, it could push more under the hood. Right? It's a home console plugging into a wall versus a handheld. But again, it's a handheld. And it's not even like a debate to be had no more about, oh, you picking that game up on the Switch versus PlayStation or Xbox. Now when you say that, we're talking Switch 2. We're not talking Switch 1. So when you're picking something up for the Switch, you're talking Switch 2. And it's the experience. It's not like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get it on Switch, but yeah, it's Mortal Kombat. That won't happen no more. Not saying it would never happen, that there won't be some game that's so, like Grand Theft. I think if Grand Theft was to be squeezed on, Grand Theft Auto 6 squeezed onto Nintendo Switch 2, yeah, you're gonna see it there. The the what it is, but it's like, nah, man. Like, this is still something worth celebrating because it's like, yo, can't believe that this is actually running on the thing and it's still gonna look good. That's the point. It's not gonna be, awful. Jack said the fact that someone decided to show the PS5 Pro in the comparison video is an L for the PS5 Pro because the Switch 2 is comparable to the Series S. You said the ugliest game to you was Hogwarts Legacy. And that's because they decided to upscale the Switch version instead of what everyone did, which is put the PS5 version. Is that what they did? I thought Hogwarts looked good in the comparison I saw on Switch 2. Because the Switch 1 version, oh my God, that was disgusting. I still can't wait to see like a actual clear comparison of games like, like a Fortnite or a Call of Duty. Those are going to be the ones that show you the discrepancies the most. But from what we saw, the little bit of Fortnite looked great. I was like, that's Fortnite. I always said that, like, that's a Fortnite that I don't have to switch consoles to enjoy myself. Like, I started playing Fortnite in 2017 on Switch. I didn't know no better. When I started playing on Xbox in 2018, oh no, I was like, yeah, I can never go back. But that's not a thing now with the Switch version. Switch 2. Because it looks like Fortnite is supposed to look. You're not missing anything really. Because while I always say, like, yeah, Fortnite looks better on Series X than it does on S, I play comfortably on either, and it don't matter. But yeah, when you compare that Switch version, oh no, it ain't it. But now Switch 2, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I could go from playing, you know what I mean, Tears of the Kingdom to Fortnite on Switch and not feel like I'm playing, Fortnite for the Wii. No you, just Wii. It's bad. This game is incredible though. Like watching this whole segment back, it's just like, wow. The things they came up with. And this is a launch title. This is a launch title. And I know a lot of people are like, because like most gamers on the internet got multiple consoles. So yeah, like they discredit this in a way, right? Or don't count it. Like, oh yeah, the launch is just a bunch of old games. It's like, wait, Split Fiction isn't old. Like, this is a brand new game. This game just came out. How long? Like, what was it? Like 3 weeks ago, I beat this game 4 weeks. It don't even matter. Like, it just came out. It's a 2025 release, and that's a new hardware, and the game is coming out. That's a new release, bro. Street Fighter is also new. And people are like, nah, come on, you went on the red. Like, nah, I'm dead ass. Like, Street Fighter is a brand new game, too. Because the new character comes out, right? The game comes out on Switch. You can't play with that character right now on no system. On no PC, nowhere. That's a brand new game. It's brand new game. It's brand new content. I'm Reggie Fils-Aimé in it. Nah, but it's true because it's not old. It's an ongoing game. And it's new to the audience of Nintendo because it wasn't on Switch 1. So you had to wait for that new hardware to get to Street Fighter. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, it's brand new. It's like, that's just the way I see it. It's a good, day one release. Like, even though that's not a fully brand new game, like, yeah, that's still an ongoing game. Like Fortnite being there, oh yeah, that's not new. I mean, shit. To the person who only plays on Nintendo and now gonna get Fortnite on their new Nintendo, yeah, when they boot that game up, you ask them if it don't feel like it's a new game. Because they're gonna be like, oh nah, this is, I can see clearly now that the smudge is gone and the textures are installed. Like, yo, what? It's crazy. I can't believe we still on this part. We was doing bad right here. But it was fun the whole time. Yo, we doing awful. But that's good. You know why? Because I just realized, like, this is actually a lot of the end game of this, so I don't want to actually show too much. So it's cool that I'm just suffering right here and you're not getting anything really spoiled because I know a lot of y'all gonna be playing this for the first time. Yeah. I was about to say he done, but no, we got it. What else is there? Like Cyberpunk. Like, yeah, you can say, oh yeah, that's an old game, but it's not that old. And the Phantom Liberty DLC just came out for it, which made that game way better. So I don't know. It's kind of like shitting on it a bit, on the launch. If you just try to like say like, oh yeah, it's just a bunch of old third party games. Like, mm, it's the latest modern best third party games that had this been any of the previous Nintendo consoles, including Nintendo Switch One, wouldn't have been there. Elden Ring wouldn't have been there. Cyberpunk is like seeing the Skyrim there. You know what I'm saying? But now it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? Because this is Switch Two coming off the success of Switch One. So it's a more modern, massive games coming. So Cyberpunk is more modern, big game. And yeah, I'm gonna actually switch out this gameplay now before it gets into any more spoiler stuff. Yo, I want to see if I could find this gameplay. Yeah, yo, this gameplay right here, right? Let me jump ahead so this music don't do me dirty. Uh, Man, funny. So this match, real quick, I'm just gonna mention this so you just know what's going on. The reason why I wanted to post this is because this was the other day I was playing, and I'm playing with these two people and they chatting, right? So instantly, look, the match hasn't started, but I'm gonna tell you, like from the minute that I land, right, they just started talking shit. There was nothing I was doing right in this match, and I wish that I recorded the audio because it would have been amazing to listen back to it because they was talking so much shit. And now, look, I haven't even watched this gameplay back, but I was like, yeah, I want to watch this on the stream on purpose because it was mad funny. They was talking mad shit this whole match. If I'm not mistaken, I think they gonna quit on me too. But just watch. And yeah, I'm gonna spoil it. I win this match. I kill it in this match, as you can see. It's already happening. And they was talking shit the whole time. They was trash, but I was the problem. And I was like, damn, yo, it be really people who exist out here with no accountability, yo. They blame people for their own shit. It was hilarious. But anyway, I wish I had the audio because it would have been 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. But yeah, going back to Switch 2, yeah. So like Fortnite is pretty much gonna look like this. I don't know what the settings are gonna be up to, like, oh, how the lumen and all that gonna be, turned up to, dialed up to 11. I don't know. I don't really care because from what I saw, I was like, yeah, it looks close enough to this, just like the Series S, which is a playable version. And I don't even like to say a playable version. It's just a proper version. There you go. That's a word. A proper version of Fortnite. A proper version of anything. It feels like when you get the Switch 2 version, you're gonna get that. A proper version. And that's awesome. Now I know some people might be thinking like, oh yeah, but what happens when, you know, more and more games become less and less cross platform? Because even you can say, oh, Cyberpunk is a cross platform game. You know what I mean? Like, I would say it's in the industry's best interest to take as long as possible to not let that happen. Why? Because it just is. If I need to explain it, you've had your head under the sand. You know what I mean? Like all the layoffs and everything. Like, yeah, it's best that they keep it at this level. Why? Because don't PlayStation want to make handhelds? Don't Xbox already got announced, confirmed handhelds coming? Right? what you trying to do with those handhelds? Do you want them to be $800 or do you want them to be $600, $700? Do you want them to be looked at as, oh no, that's good because that's stronger than the Switch 2. That's stronger than the Steam Deck. That's stronger than whatever the latest ROG Ally is. But it's not $1,000. If you want that, then you want the Switch 2 to be supported for the next 10 years. And get, the thing is too, it's bullshit. Like that we act like the limitation on software is tech. And I get it. You can't make, age of imprisonment on the Switch 1 because, that'll go from 1,000 enemy on screens to only, 400 enemies on screen. And I get that. But I also understand that that's not the only way video games are made, where it's like, oh yeah, this game is better because this game does more, bigger, and better, and and drains, all of the jiggly wiggly, all the power on this aspect, texture in this game, giant amount of enemies in that game. Like, nah, game ideas, creativity in video games can come from any power level of hardware. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of my most anticipated games this year is a Terminator game that's coming out. That's a 2D old school game, you know? And that's one of the ones. The Marvel, you know? That game. That's one of the ones. And that's a 2D game. And those aren't reinventing the wheel, but it's just to show you that it's like, yeah, you don't need to be the most graphical, highest power game and be like, yo, so you telling me if you made a top 10 list of games right now, you might put one of those games over, because I don't play Grand Theft Auto like that, over GTA, yeah. But there's players who put RTS game above that. There's players who looking forward to maybe, a brand new DLC for World of Warcraft or something, and that it's over anything for them. Like, yo, and those games aren't something that it's like, oh yo, they need the strongest tech in the world to be played at all, at all. So I think it's fine to stay with this level of tech we got right now. I think you can make all the creative ideas. Look what Tears of the Kingdom was made on. You could say Tears of the Kingdom was made on a potato, but go further than that. Breath of the Wild was made on the potato, right? Because that was Wii U. So if you can make that on Wii U, what can you make on Nintendo Switch 2? Which is literally like 3 generations ahead of Wii U, it feels like. I mean, 3 generations ahead of the Switch, it feels like. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was gonna say. So it's like even more than the Wii U. So what would the open world in Zelda be like there? You know, what would the anything? Like, look at what Mario Kart is right now. Like, you think Mario Kart is like that? For no reason? It's because of the tech they had, the power they had. But is it something that's, oh yeah, you couldn't do that on the Xbox One? No, because Forza exists on Xbox One, so it's not out of the realm for Xbox One. Yeah, you can make it on Xbox One, but that's the point I'm trying to make. It's like it wouldn't be the same resolution or nothing like that. It wouldn't run at the frame rates it does, and that's the point I'm trying to make. So this is a good spot to live in for the next few years, where all players will be happy. I think the litmus test for it would be like, yo, if Grand Theft Auto come to it, then yeah, we good for this being the power levels, and again, it's just beneficial to what all these companies is trying to do, with handhelds and things like that. I saw the rumor, oh yeah, the PlayStation handheld, you know, is going the PlayStation 6 handheld is not gonna be as strong as a PlayStation 5 Pro. And I'm like, okay, cool. Who cares? Because I mean, it's a handheld. If it's in the realm, then it's all good. All right, so let me look at this chat. So Jack said, I think some of the haters are mad because the cost of their favorite plastic manufacturer, new handheld, is going up because the baseline has improved so much over the previous baseline that they can't ignore what is happening. The third party is coming to support Switch 2 as much as possible, as much as they possibly can, because the tech and support it, Nintendo developers can finally show off that, that's what's more exciting for Nintendo's end. Yeah, I agree with that, right? Because again, Nintendo games are gonna sing with this kind of tech too, but also third parties games aren't gonna look like trash. And yeah, this is definitely them coming back to power in a way that they haven't since GameCube, which is exactly like, it's funny because the Switch turned out to be, for the most part, everything I said it was gonna be. Super, capable, right there in the realm of Series S, just 4K, right? Have 4K HDR. Nintendo games in HDR are gonna sing. I don't understand how Nintendo fans is sitting here talking about, nah, it's all good if in 2025 they come out with a console and it's not 4K and no HDR. HDR don't matter like that. I'm like, yo, listen, if you saying that, it's because you don't use it. Period. Because yeah, and because if you did, you got to understand it's all about color, and Nintendo games is just the most colorful. So I was just like, yo, yeah, it got to. I'll accept nothing less. And here we are. Oh yeah, this is me trolling them now on purpose, right? They were talking shit, right? This whole match, I was like, yo, all right. That's why I stopped. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna keep bumping into them. They was mad off this. I'm like, yeah, but now I'm giving you reason at least. But he gonna try to get out the car and try to shoot out my tires now. That's how petty he was. You see what I'm saying? Like they was hating. I said, y'all just be on Fortnite hating on anybody y'all play with. Y'all should just play duos by yourselves. And I didn't have my mic on the night. I was just listening to them hating. I'm like, how am I the problem? And I think I don't know if I already started checking the scoreboard. I start because I rarely ever check the scoreboard. I started checking the scoreboard because I'm like, hold on, let me see the score. Let me see what they doing because they talking like they running, like they running shit, like they like if I'm trash right now, I'm like, am I crazy? Probably looking at his phone or something because he started moving once he felt that controller rumble. He said we about to get some beautiful games, of course, a lot of them. Because I feel like third parties are going to support this thing out the gate because it's a Switch 2, but the only thing that'll change that is if all of, this narrative about price actually, turns into something where if 6 months from now, a year from now, because remember, everything now that comes out because of the internet, people, run and quick to jump on it. Yeah, I got it day one. If something's expensive, people love to also go on the internet and stunt. Yeah, I got that thing, you know? And yeah, that don't mean nothing. The first year literally means nothing. It's once you get to after year one, how's it looking right now? Is it holding? Is the sales up? Are games selling like crazy? Are the games coming out to this thing selling more than the games when they were coming out on, Switch One? Are we seeing that effect again? That the Nintendo games are selling better than ever? Are the numbers still up there? 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Mario Kart is doing, you know, by year one, 30 million sold or something like that. Yeah, like then everything is looking up and up. But if it falls off a cliff, like Wii U or 3DS did at the beginning, yeah, the support might dry up just because. You know how these third parties be. They'll be quick to be like, all right, yep, back to the norm. Two the three systems, that's it. Well, the two systems in the PC. That's how far as their support will go. I can't wait for this damn Spider-Man movie to come out already. Even though, it's like I gotta be more excited for Doomsday because that comes out first. But not even. I'm excited for Thunderbolts right now. I think Thunderbolts looks sick. That last trailer was incredible. All the trailers being incredible for that, like, but the Void and then that one shot of, well, let me not say because maybe y'all didn't want to see the final trailer and spoil it. But yeah, it's like, yo, how they gonna fight that dude? That's crazy. But not yet. It's just the way they left Spider Man. I want to see what they do with it. But who knows? Because now what happens after the events of Avengers might change the events of that last movie. So yeah, you don't really know. And that's kind of the best part, right? Is that it's always crazy interesting. You see them leaving me, running from me. That's how I started shooting they tires. Cause they talking mad shit right now. But yo, that warp weapon is crazy. I haven't used it once yet. Cause every time I go where it's at to get it, people take it. There's a gun that basically, lets you create a portal every time, at any time. I just see me right now running around bodying dudes and these guys, where they at? Nowhere to be found. You said we about to get a Yoshi game that actually works. Well, then we see Yoshi's Woolly World. Wait, what was the one on? No, it was yeah, Woolly World. That's the Wii U one. And then you had Yoshi's. What the hell was the Switch one? Canvas Curse. No, that's Kirby. What the hell am I talking about? I don't even remember the one on. Even though I beat that game on Switch, that game was super mediocre though, and wasn't like I don't know. Like that game was mad blurry. I thought that was one of the Nintendo games that didn't look like almost every Nintendo game on Switch looked great, unless when it started it said Game Freak. But dum dum. Oh yeah, and right here, like while we fighting and everything, instead of like you play Fortnite, you'll be like, oh man, oh yo, and you fighting the enemy. Nah, they were still like, man, look at him, look what the hell is he doing? Man, this guy's trash. I'm like, these dudes is out of their minds. I felt like they were just people who just had to bitch about something while they game. Man, I'm so horrible right now. I'm really playing the game wrong. I'm really break. Oh yeah, Crafted World. There you go. That's why I said Canvas Curse. I knew there was a C in there. I'm like, wait, it was Woolly World and there was something with a C. I was like, Canvas Curse. I'm like, no, that's Kirby, which that game should be on the Switch also. Because Rainbow and Canvas, you got a touchscreen right there. What's the excuse? Handheld only. Not even. You got the mouse. You could use that. You got the pointer. There's no excuse. When you got a pointer, anything touchscreen you could pretty much make, I said. But now you got the mouse, so you could do that too. They was complaining here, like, why, where he went? Why he over there? What he doing? I'm like, I was supposed to just stay there and just get body for them instead of running, regrouping, and then going back. So they ain't put nothing out about Switch pre-orders. Nothing was attached to this direct. I'm gonna check the Today app, see what they put there. What theme y'all got for the Today app? Because let me tell y'all, I was rocking with the Mario one first, then I went to this other one because that was like, a dark theme. But the Pikmin one has been phenomenal. I've been rocking with that one now for the last like week, I want to say. And it is phenomenal. Like I love seeing like the rock Pikmin rolls into like the date, and then like the other, like on the 17th, right? It rolled into the 7, crashed into it, and then the 1 came down. So that's the 17th of April. It was something like that, and it was awesome. I was like, damn, the Pikmin one is the best out of all the themes to me. Nah, nothing new up there. Those Samus concept arts with her giant shoulder pads is insane. It's like she got a Hulkbuster suit. Yeah, we won. Nah, they didn't quit though. But yeah, I know I start checking the score too. Yeah, exactly. What was that 13? Whatever. Blew them out. And they was talking crazy. Hilarious. Now, funny enough, a lot of people with Switch 2 reveal, was wondering about Doom. Now, before, I was like, yeah, Doom should be there, Doom should be there. But the day prior, remember that week the Doom previews came out. So they did a sit down interview. IGN did actually, right? Ryan McCafferty did one with Hugo Martin and all that. And they basically said, "Oh yeah, we got development kits literally about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So our tech guys are playing with that right now, and they seem to be enjoying that. And we're gonna see what we do because we always try to support Nintendo and those players there, da da da. So I was like, yeah, it ain't gonna be there because they just got it, and it ain't lying. Because why would you lie and then have the thing there at the show? That's just pointless. You know what I'm saying? So they just kept it real. They was like, yeah, we just got them. So I was like, yeah, you ain't seeing that now. I think you'll see that in the fall or by the time the first DLC is ready to come around for it. But yeah, it wasn't going to be there, on that show. But I still think it'll definitely come. Dark Ages for sure. And I would hope that they update, this game and the original, 2016 and Eternal, and do like an upgrade path for them instead of like release whole new versions. so that people who bought those versions, they can upgrade to the new one. And get an actual, a good looking, good running. Give people 120 frames per second versions of Doom 2016 Eternal. Hell, and Dark Ages if you could, like do all that. Because these games are amazing. And the fact that they even put them on Switch 1 was already an amazing feat. And that's why I'm like, yeah, Dark Age is going to come. I think without a doubt. Without a doubt. And then what other games? Like, I think like shoo-ins for this year, but like this fall, I'm talking third party games. I think you got this, Doom. I think obviously they showed off Madden and stuff like that. So I'll just say all the sports games you'll get, which would be cool, for a Nintendo system to get all of the sports games finally. Um, what else? What else? The Elden Ring, the multiplayer game, right? The one that is coming out. I think you'll get that. I think Monster Hunter will come. Even though Monster Hunter is weird, because Monster Hunter might be a situation where they're making an exclusive for the Switch version. But then, I don't know, like seeing the Switch, I'm like, why? Like, just put that one there. Like, have everybody all playing the same thing, the same experience, and then cross playing everything, and then you could just add DLC, and all the work that would go into making an exclusive one for Nintendo would just go for all the player base, and everybody could buy it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's just more beneficial that way. I get why they used to do it before. It was like Capcom still had that old school, style of like you remember Sega, Super Nintendo, there'd be different versions between the games. Kind of felt like that. Like they were the last of like a dying breed of third party developer. But yeah, now it feels like you don't need to do that. And I get why, as a Nintendo Monster Hunter fan, you'll be like, nah, nah, nah. I still want them to make it exclusive because it's selfish. You get to play, your Monster Hunter on your PlayStation, Xbox, PC. The current one, Monster Hunter Wilds, and then you get to play a new one on your Nintendo, right? So it's like you eating real good as a fan. But I just look at it like, I don't know. I think was overall best for the community. Everybody in one, in one pot, and then manpower and development going to feeding that community and not just a separate community. I think that is just beneficial to the community and the company. So your Monster Hunter, Grand Theft, if it's gonna happen, I don't think it'll be there with PlayStation and Xbox. I think PlayStation and Xbox will always just the priority for Grand Theft Auto. Then it'll be PC, and then possibly Switch. And the reason I could see them doing Switch more than ever now is if they gotta anyway dumb the game down for PlayStation's handheld and Xbox's handheld. You know what I'm saying? And even Series S is like, yeah, why not? Why wouldn't you? Unless it's like, yo, the rivalry, lives on. Because, there was bad blood there because of the whole them offering Grand Theft Auto to them. Them like, ain't nobody gonna play this violent bullshit. Then that violent bullshit basically became Ganondorf for them. You know what I mean? To their link. If that is the case, it is always gonna be there, and it's always gonna be a challenger. It's always gonna be massive and crazy, scary. The boogeyman of the industry. Everybody's like, when Grand Theft Auto coming out? Run! But yeah, man, I'm about to wrap this stream up. Thanks for everybody who came through, tuned in, turned the 15-minute direct into a 1 hour and 45-minute podcast live stream. Yeah, man. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm looking forward to getting back to my playthrough of South of Midnight that I've been doing right now. Those will be up eventually on YouTube. Right now they on Patreon, but yeah, that should be good. Jack said, I don't think GTA 6 is there at launch with everyone else. If it comes, it's coming like a year later at the earliest. Yeah, unless parent company went above Rockstar, Take Two, and said, yeah, get this third party developer to do a Switch version. So we there day one. You feel me? Like that's the only way that it'll happen. And I don't know how happy about it they'll be, and I don't know how good that version will be. But you never know. It could happen. Because I think it's the same thing. Like if they announce, I don't know what's gonna happen if they announce in June at the Xbox Showcase, if they announce Forza Horizon 6. Like, does that come out day one with PlayStation? Because me personally, as a Forza fan, right? Not as a Xbox fanboy, not speaking as a fan of the brand of the console right now, as a fan of Forza, a genuine fan of Forza Horizon series, who plays the shit out of those games. I would want it there day one, just for the community purposes. Like everybody there day one, the zeitgeist, everybody playing Forza, going crazy. My whole thing is, does it come out day one on everything, right? Or is it something where it's like, nah, they made a PC version, a series version, and they didn't get, who's making the PlayStation? I think it's Big Red Button, right? Who's making the port of Forza Horizon for PlayStation? So yeah, if like they don't get them to do that for 6 day one, do they gotta wait years to get to Forza Horizon 6, and now they just gotta live off 5 for a while? Because if that's the case, I'm like, damn, that's messed up. But also, I don't know, get Game Pass. I don't even gotta say buy Xbox. I could just say get Game Pass. Use it on your LG, Samsung TVs, your phone, whatever the hell, and get the game that way if you don't want to buy Xbox, or buy an Xbox. I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah. You said we on delay number 2 for this game. I don't look at GTA as being delayed. Even Zelda games no more. There's no more delays. With those series, it's just, bro, don't believe nothing until you believe it, because you see the commercials on TV. For real. If they ain't a marketing rollout campaign out for the game, but you got a date for it, don't believe that shit. When it comes to Zelda, when it comes to a CD Project Red game, when it comes to, you know what I mean? Like, the big boys, the ones who always take long with their games. Yeah, like if Witcher got a release date tomorrow and it's like, yo, September 8th, 2026. Yeah, don't believe that. Until you see commercials on TV around August, leading into September, don't believe that shit, because it ain't true. It's just hopes and dreams. Hopes and dreams. But yeah. I feel like GTA and Zelda, those games, man, look, let's just call it what they are. There's some games that are wizard games, all right? And wizards are never late. They arrive precisely when they mean to. Gandalf. Feel me? That's what those games are. And I'll leave it at that. That's going to do it. So yeah, until the next one, y'all, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate y'all for watching the directs with me, and stay tuned, man. The next live reaction we gonna do, it's gonna be for the Xbox show, which is gonna be good. It's gonna be some Outer Worlds in there and all that, which I know y'all probably don't care for. I didn't play Outer Worlds 1, but I'm still, interested in watching and seeing if, the Outer Worlds 2 direct, you know, gets me into the actual game. I saw a preview that said that they really focused on making the gunplay a lot more fun, a lot more snappy, that they study games like Halo and Destiny. And I'm like, all right, that's what's up. That's what's up, So we'll see, man. We'll see. I never watched that IGN footage because, like I told y'all on the podcast, another podcast I watched said, oh, yeah, the footage had a bunch of screen tearing and everything. So I was like, so why would I watch that? Why would I want my first impression of a game to be bad? And I don't understand why IGN got a first on that if you're going to show it as a developer direct game, which I do think is a good thing, that it's not not GTA, Call of Duty every year. You know what I'm saying? It ain't COD every year, because that was a fear. We got COD. That could be the developer direct special game every time. Like I thought it was gonna be Fable. Once Fable got delayed, I was like, it ain't gonna be Fable. So yeah, I just feel like I'm not mad that IGN got a first. I'm mad that IGN got a first and the footage wasn't good. It's like, then why show that now when you could have waited to show your best footage, your beautifully curated footage, and it's direct. But whatever. That's what I said. I ain't watched that footage, and I'll see the game when I see it. But yeah, Brad Harrah, have a good one. Jack, thanks for coming through. Everybody who came through. I know Darkson was there. I'm gonna watch you on the replay. Creative John. Everybody who came through. Dark Dragon of Destruction. Comic Book Crunch. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. And yeah, now I'm out of here. Peace.